Menu narration option is set to off.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a third down and 3.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season, he's dreaming.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. They could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Prescott completes it to Hardman. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. Ryan Dado reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. The 30. 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that game when you do have injuries down the stretch. Last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes, when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there into the hands of Ross. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Prescott off play action. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker. It's like, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Murray off play action. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. Touchdown Giants! Daniel Bellinger, 43 yards. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. Prescott on first down. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Come on.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Murray. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. New York ready to go again offensively. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Murray now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards the gain for number 18. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. His pass into the hands of Bellinger. And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Murray now to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. KJ Osborne as the first half is winding down. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, Prescott. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Murray now on first down. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Throwing again on second down. Murray looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On second and 10, Prescott. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Throwing, Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The throw out to Ross. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down throw for Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Murray. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point, as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. There, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll wind up as a loss on the play. So now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mecole Hardman, 26 yards. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to patch together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. There's Mecole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Prescott now. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Oh, they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A first down carry by Elliott.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I'm trying to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Prescott off play action. Rolling to his right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Now Murray. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Connects with Slayton. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Gano's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Dak. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
And the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a throw here to his running back. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Prescott on first down. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, that certainly changes things here because they're in field goal range already, but a field goal, that's not what they're looking for now, not after that big play right here in overtime.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Flush to his right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Josh Allen gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Allen, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Now Dak. He's got Elliott.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Here's Prescott. They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
To throw, Prescott.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, descended to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Murray now on 1st down. Flushed out right.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 12. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Giants win the football game.
A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Giants, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And next week, they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.